Hello. One of my subscribers, DOVC, pointed out to me the Heath Ledger's, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, death. And, you know, as I new things, you know, you make a video about it, it gets views or whatever, and I usually don't pay any. I get those kind of not requests, but people say, hey, this just happened, make a video about it, and I usually don't pay them any attention because I don't have anything to say about them. But this is a different situation. I actually have something to say. So here's the video. Basically, condolences to any Heath Ledger fan or the family or whatever. That it's really unfortunate. What I wanted to talk about is this this thing that had, like, it always makes me sad when I hear it. I mean, you know, I looked him up on Wikipedia and stuff. Like, he was my age, you know, he's 28 years old. He was 28 years old. He sounded like a really cool guy. You know, I only know him from a few movies, but he seemed really cool, really fun-loving and everything. And it's kind of painful seeing something cool like that, you know, disappear, or, you know, it's gone. And it seems like it perhaps could have been preventable. And from my readings, it looks like, well, I'll just put it this way. It'd be nice if his insides, for either him, like his insides were either worked on by himself or from someone from the outside helping him kind of get that right to make so he could be more, you know, more chilled out guy. Like, I hate seeing that. It looks like he got, you know, stressed out, and pressures from whatever, I don't know what his life, you know, got to him and everything. So what I wanted to do is kind of introduce some things that I've ran into in my years that, you know, some things are someone introduced to me, and some things I found on my own, but like, I just want to put them out here for you, like, because it's, if you're chasing like fame and money and all this kind of stuff, be sure to, like, also, it sounds like he was doing a good job of the internal stuff too. He sounded like a really cool guy and everything, but really make sure you take care of your internal development, just because, you know. So with that said, like, here's something that someone introduced to me. Not this exact book. I've actually read many translations of it, but it's the Daodejing, the Dao. It's this book on Taoism, whatever you want to call it. And it just has these, you know, cool little sayings about, you know, life and nature and being balanced and stuff. You can look, I'll find a link. You can find the whole thing of this book online for free, and you can read through it. It's cool. Like, I bought this particular translation because if you see, it has the actual Chinese text on the side. He translated, and he has translation notes why he chose to go a certain way, and he has what other famous, you know, Chinese thinkers, you know, what their interpretation of the verse is, and you get some cool insight into stuff. So that's one thing. Another thing, just because I like this guy, like, I'm gonna shout him out, Russell Simmons. He has this book called Do You, and in the book he talks about a lot. You know, he talks about a lot of things. It's not about, you know, getting big money like Russell Simmons. It's about how to be, you know, the other kind of success, you know, doing something you love and whatever, and that's, you know, that's good. So I think this is a cool book I'm going through. You know, has some stuff about yoga and eating good. You know, I'll do more videos about my new flexitarianism, but there's that. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you, actually, I'm gonna show you the original site. Here's the original site I found. It's just called Zen Stories, but actually, if you put Zen Stories into Google, I'll put a link to my, you know, the original site I go. But it looks like there's some other Zen Stories sites out now. I don't know if they have just the same stuff or whatever, but it's just a bunch of little, like, parables and whatever that kind of. I was gonna try to find one that matched this situation, but I don't know. Like, different ones are gonna talk to you and say different things at different times of your life, and they're really cool. Read through some, you might like them. I'm gonna read one that is, like, in my mind. There's one that stuck out to me for whatever reason, because of my personality, because of my history or whatever. I'm gonna read this one, and then I'll close with that. And that's all I, you know, wanted to say about this. But here's the Instead of trying to find one that matches the situation, I'm just say the you know one of the ones I like. It's titled "Without Fear," And it says, during the civil wars in feudal Japan, an invading army would quickly sweep into a town and take control. In one particular village, everyone fled just before the army arrived. Everyone except the Zen master. Curious about this old fellow, the general went to the temple to see for himself what kind of man this master was. When he wasn't treated with the deference and submissiveness to which he was accustomed, the general burst into anger. "You fool!" he shouted as he reached for his sword. "Don't you realize you are standing before a man who could run through you without blinking an eye?" But despite the threat, the master seemed unmoved. "And do you realize," the master replied calmly, "that you are standing before a man who can be run through without blinking an eye?" Anyway, that's one I like. But check out that site. Check out, like, I'll put a link to the Daoist. There's all kinds of Daoist texts and Daoist stuff. I don't really even read it stuff anymore, but I love the stuff, and it did a lot for me. And again, I'm really sad to hear about the situation, and I wish there was something I could do to help prevent situations like, from like this happening. He was a guy making movies, doing cool stuff. People were loving it. Like, I feel almost like something, I don't know if it's this Zen stuff, it's some other stuff, something, he could have been introduced to something that could have helped prevent this. I don't know. But so here, this is, hopefully maybe someone will see this and it maybe will prevent something down the line. Milltown Kid out. Peace. Have a good day.